Previous class, we discussed about properties of addition of integers, right? We just discussed three properties. What are they? Sean, what are the three properties of addition of integers? First one,
Closure property,
closure property.
commutative property,
No.
commutative
Property. Next,
property, associative property.
associative property. Okay, Anne Maria, what is closure property?
The sum of any two integers is always integers.
The sum of any two
integers.
is always an integer.
Integers.
That is closure property.
Integer.
Okay.
Closure.
Next one. Faith, what is next commutative property? Commutative property. We discussed about properties of addition of integers. First one, closure property, that is the sum of any two integers will always an integer. The next, commutative property. What is commutative property? Okay, Shreya. What is commutative property? Shreya, 1 minute. Okay. What is commutative property?
Two integers can
Can be
be added in any order. Added in any order.
two integers can be added in any order. That is the addition of integers is independent of its orders. And it's a plus b is equal to b plus a. Okay. Then next, associative property.
Yes.
Property. That means three or more integers can be grouped in any order to find a sum. While finding the sum of three or more integers, we can group their numbers in any order. The orders are independent of, the groups can be independent of its orders. That is, when we add A and B and C, we can group A and B and then add C to the number, or we can group B and C, then we can add A to the number. That is, we can group the integers in any order. Okay, these are the three properties of addition of integers. The next one is existence of additive identity. The next fourth property is existence of additive identity. The sum of any integer and 0. When we add 0 to any integer, we get the same number. Okay? When we add 0 to any integer, we get the same number. That is the additive identity of integer. Okay. In other words, 0 is the additive identity of any integer. What is fourth property? Existence of additive identity. What is this? The sum of any integer and 0 is the integer itself. Okay. For example, 8 plus 0 is always 8. Minus 100 plus 0 is minus 100.
Minus 100. Minus 100.
And minus 1000 plus 100 is minus 1000. That means 0 is the additive identity for any integer. We get the same number, same integer by adding 0 to that number. Okay, then last property, fifth one, existence of additive inverse. Existence of additive inverse. That is, for any integer, Faith, what did you say?
മിസ് പറയുന്നത് ഇടയ്ക്ക് ക്ലിയർ അല്ല
ഇവിടെ റേഞ്ചിന്റെ പ്രശ്നമുണ്ട് മോനെ.
കേൾക്കുന്നില്ല നമ്മൾ പറയാൻ മിസ് ക്ലിയർ ആയിട്ടില്ല.
Fifth property, that is the last property of addition of integer, is existence of additive inverse. That means for every integer, there exists its opposite. There exists its inverse. That is, consider the number 7, positive 7. Its opposite is negative 7. Okay. That means positive 7 is in the right side of the number line, in the right side of 0. In the number line, positive 7 comes in the right side of 0. In the same distance, we can see minus 7 in the left side. Right? In the number line, we can see negative 7 in the same distance from 0. That means minus 7 is the inverse of plus 7. Or plus 7 is the inverse of minus 7. Okay. Then when we add these two numbers, minus 7 and plus 7, we get 0. When we add the inverse of any number to that number, we get 0. That is, minus 7 plus 7 is equal to 0. How can we find out the sum of any two integers having different signs? How can we find out the sum of any two integers having different signs? First, find out the difference and put the sign of the greater one. In the same way, when we add minus 7 and plus 7, find out the difference. The difference is 0 and there is no need to put the sign. 0 has no signs, plus or minus. So, the sum of additive inverse to that number is always 0. Okay, all of you take your note and write the note. Fourth one, existence of additive identity. If we add 0 to any integer, we add 0 to any integer, we get the same integer. That is 0 is the additive identity to any integer. 0 is the additive identity to any integer. For example, -9 plus 0 is equal to -9. In general, E plus 0 is equal to 0 plus A is equal to A. A plus 0 is equal to 0 plus A is equal to A. Fifth one, times of additive inverse. Integer. Existence of additive inverse. For any integer, there exists its inverse such that the sum of the integer and its inverse is always 0. For example, the inverse of the integer 10 is minus 10. Then 10 plus minus 10 is equal to 0. Plus 10 is minus 10. Then 10 plus minus 10 is equal to 0. In general, A Okay, have I finished? No, okay. Right now. All of you take your textbook. You can see in page number 7 a column there, fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. There are 8 questions. That 8 questions are for your homework. Okay. In the text, 7th page, this filling the blanks. These 8 questions are for your homework. Do the homework today itself. Okay. Then today we are going to next section, subtraction of integers. Subtraction of integers. I think you are very familiar with the addition of integers. If there are any doubts in the process of addition, do you have any doubt? No. Okay. Then we can move to the next section. Yes, Sean. Do you have any doubt?
Teacher,
Yes.
this one homework do and send in WhatsApp.
Okay, I will send you.
Do and send in WhatsApp.
Yes.
We.
Yes. You just write the answers and send me the answers in class group. Okay. Then we are going to the next section, subtraction of integers. I think you don't like subtraction. Am I right? it's sometimes it makes difficult to subtract. Addition is very easy and subtraction is the opposite process of addition. Do you know? Subtraction is the opposite process of addition. Okay. Then when we subtract two integers, the process is add its additive inverse. When we subtract two integers, we are doing the addition of its additive inverse. Not clear? Understand? No. Okay. Then just look at your screen. I will explain. When we add 20 plus 20 plus minus 50. When we add 20 plus minus 50, the answer is minus 30, right? 20 plus minus 50 is equal to minus 30. Okay. Then the next question is 80 minus 70. 80 minus 70. Here the process is subtraction and the numbers are 80 and minus 70. The simple way is adding its additive inverse. The additive inverse of minus 70 is plus 70. The additive inverse of minus 70 is plus 70. Then we are going to add this plus 70 to 80. Plus 70 to 80. Then we get the answer 150. Understand? Actually, we are doing the addition of additive inverse in the process of subtraction. Take another example. 100 minus 200. 100 minus 200. Here we have to do the addition of additive inverse. Okay, the additive inverse of minus 200 is plus 200. Then we are going to add 100 plus 200. Then we get the answer as 300. Okay, take another example. Minus 50 minus 50 minus 30. Minus 50 minus 30. Here the first number is minus 50. The first number is minus 50. You are not you don't want to change the minus 50. The additive inverse of minus 50 is not needed. We have to change this portion, that is minus of minus 50. That means here first write minus 50, then we have to add the additive inverse of minus 30. The additive inverse of minus 30 is plus 30. Then we get the answer. Here you have two integers with different signs. Then the answer will be, take the difference and put the sign of greater one. Then the answer will be minus 20. Alan Joseph, what's your doubt? I can't see you, Alan. Please turn on your video. Okay, ask me.
Net problem.
Yes. Tell me, Alan, what's your doubt?
No doubt.
No doubt. Then why do you raise your hand?
I know.
Okay, okay. Then this is the process of subtraction. In the process of subtraction, we are actually doing that. We add the additive inverse of the number. I know you are not understand, you can't understand this in subtraction, right? I will explain it in the next class. Okay, our time is going to end. We have only 6 minutes. That's not enough to explain the subtraction process. So we can discuss it in the next class. Okay, do the homework. I will send you the question and note also in the group. Send me your answers before 8 p.m. today and study the 5 properties of addition for the next class. Okay, that's all for today. Shall we wind up the class? Yes, we can discuss the subtraction process in the next class in detail. Okay, bye.